Hello, greetings. This is Zahra Jawad, a former Shia ex-Muslim now. Really, I have seen how brutal the world is, and now I just saw something on Iran, the women who are forced to wear hijab. So actually, I think in Iran when I met a Iranian here in Dubai who had come from Iran, she wasn't very religious or anything, not at all religious. So I just met one Iranian here and got to speak to her and all this. She was wearing a dress here, and so they don't know things like we have learned in Pakistan. And in Pakistan, the way it is, passion play, Azadari for Imam Hussain, I don't think it's anywhere else, but in Iraq, perhaps a little bit more or less, I don't know. So my father always wants to be in Karachi for the Muharram. So this Iranian lady, she was against Khomeini. And anyhow, in London also, yeah, a younger girl I met in my hostel, an Iranian, she always used to wear shorts and go for the walks. And so I used to see her, and she once came to my room. I invited her. We spoke and everything. She told me that Khomeini killed her uncle just because he was a free writer or something. He wrote against Khomeini. He got killed. An Iranian, right? Just remember this, please. There's a lot of treachery against me also on YouTube, like ex-Muslims turning out to be fake ex-Muslims, because then they misbehave and then they use some dirty words or bad words. Also, that I've seen, and that this is not my thing. Although I will be using bad words because of my condition, health and all that, but I'm not so I have to say this because there definitely is something on me. Today I've been harassed again. I'm hearing voices like jinns, seeing black blotches and all this. Where I live, I've been harassed. The technician has told me, why do you call me again? Why have you called me again? So I felt it was really funny here, like some jinns have messed up or something, I don't know. But the wall was moist, and there was again 2 drops of water on the wall. So I thought that my water heater was leaking again. So I called him just to check again the 3rd time. So he said that don't call every time, and the way he was, I told him, like, you are telling me, how many times have I called you for this water heater? They themselves can't find a solution for the one pipe that they did not get it out, or it's supposed to go out, I think, filter. And it's they reassured me that this will not leak, and it started to leak here. Okay, so it started to leak. So it was, he said, 3 times you've called me. And I said, how many times have I been right about the leakage? 2 times. So today was, yesterday, January 30 was the 3rd time I called him. And he's an Indian, I think, man from India. He's our technician here. And he's rude. I told him, you're very rude. So don't act rude with me and take your ladder and go out. मुझे कोई शौक नहीं है तुम लोगों को, I was really, this was going to be my first breakfast meal of the day. 2 toasted breads with butter. Finally, I had to stop all that, put it in the fridge, put my toast toasted breads, sliced breads in the fridge and call. And this is what I get from this. So the Hindu is troubling me here with sharp tongue, very rude people. I said, don't call us again and again. What if I feel you? You just have to come up and check. That's it. Oh my God. So, like we had this pipes bursting in Dubai, someone's house, because I don't know what the problem was, but the walls were all gone in the bathroom. So they had to change all and everything. Yeah. So I got scared. Maybe I said, I thought it was the water heater again. So I gave it to him. But, what is this really here? So people are really acting weird with me here. It's like I'm harassed every time. It's like claustrophobic here in the way. I feel like I don't, I have to, the Pakistanis in taxis, and Indians, like this, we've got junk here. Everyone wants to come for money. So I know I have seen life so closely, and they're using this condition here to harm me, harass me or exhaust me. Really, the moment I was my first meal, and maybe it could be the last meal because it's very difficult to get up and do things. I haven't even myself cleaned when they come. It's a COVID, we have to spray, we have to clean. There's dust, cement. So there's lots of things that twice there was a water leakage here. They don't know where to put the pipe that is supposed to be filtered out, going out. Now, if first they reassured me after installing a new water heater that this pipe is not going to leak. Yeah. It started to leak inside. I mean, one said, there were two people, so one said that, I don't know what to do with this pipe. So that night I was like, is it like, the whole night when I was awake, until I was awake, checking, opening the door, whether now it's leaking outside. If I put the water heater on, maybe it the water will start leaking through the wall, ceiling, or something. So a lot of bad breath. Someone just burped slightly, hallucinations and things. They're making me good for the mental asylum and unable to really do much, get up. So I don't know, I was asking my brother if they provide a nurse or something. I don't know, not for me, because I don't know Arabic and all this. My father has to go and talk to them. Woohoo. And he went for his own thing, and then later on, I had to go for my own thing. But with my brother, and because someone helped, or they know someone from my family. So it's really terrible here. You alone, like if you are in need or something, people are, snapping at you or saying cutting remarks or bad remarks, like rude remarks, like why have you called this, like why have you called me again? And this is happening. It's so terrible here. the attitude of people. They, in this building, they blame the person who is calling them. I don't know what's wrong. Well, it's outside also, like, I don't know, the attitude is really suffocating. So it's really, really sad in this condition for me here to see this. So, my God. So no one can help me. And I know how treacherous this world is. Anyhow, even then I'm compelled here. I should be taking care of myself, ordering food and all that. If I don't eat, I get pain, headaches, empty stomach, smoking on, and just drinking tea is not healthy. So anyways, I rechecked. पूरी दुनिया अगर मुझे कह दे embrace Islam, I don't think I should do this. I don't think, this thing. I understand the West can use the Shia Muslim narrative, even the Shias narrative or whatever. And nowadays they say, like what we used to think about the West, that, the thoughts like they're using women as objects and all this, and not respecting the women without the hijab. Like Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi said that he would think twice, like would think not so good of a woman who doesn't wear hijab. So I asked him, I said, your mother wears hijab? And she said no, but like he made his a wife wear this kind of hijab, which is not really hijab. She doesn't cover herself. I saw a picture. So the Pakistanis are a lot into this, and they're influencing the Sunni. They've influenced the Sunnis to be really celebrate some first Muharram and fervor and all this, and then bring out processions. Because this was not the way of the Sunni Muslims to bring out processions in Karachi and all this that we've seen later on. And it's not even like that in Iran, I think. Iraq, it may be, but sorry, I don't mean to be rude. But no, I'm not being rude here. Even though my tone might, I hope you understand that I'm oppressed. I feel it. So the person's tone is like this. My tone is like this when I'm oppressed. Oh God. So on my own, I realized one day in Karachi that I don't think that Iran should have made hijab obligatory on women. Because I was thinking if my heart was not in it, or probably, I would not do it. I had to be forced to do it, and then I saw it was a failure. It backfired and all this. So I've written in this, I've written in one of the RTA comments on Iran, the compulsory Iranian hijab law sparks debate after activists documentary comment. So my comment was that these Muslim women, Shias even, are so brainwashed by Islam. I have to put my glasses on. Please bear with me. So these women are so brainwashed by Islam that they can't even see the wrong things and practices Islam has imposed on them. Please see how duped we were. Read Surah Nur, Ayah 33, the part where it gives the choice to slave-maid girls. Here, ironically, choice is given to the slave-maid girls. If they want to remain chaste or if they want to go into prostitution. But it says if they want to remain chaste. And then you can, intelligent enough, please complete the sentence. So the command changes, right? Okay, I'll read. Because in the beginning of the verse, the command is keep chaste. And then in the later part of the verse, the command changes. The consent, it's like now the choice is given to the slave maid girls. Whether to remain chaste or not, but the way it is put, in other words, this is the thing. So it's we have been fooled, we Shias have been fooled, and I will get in trouble. Because with the Pakistani Shias, Sayyid Shias, some of them are very strict, some of them are rude with me. Some of them, one was like, my wife, I said, sorry, your wife passed away? He said, no. My wife was an evil woman. Thank God she passed away. Like, you don't have to be sorry for it. My brother, my father, some friend knew him and sent him. He was from Imam Musa Kazem, saying this about his wife, who has passed away. And, telling me like very strict tone, like condescending. You haven't learned Arabic? Huh? Quran, your parents didn't? And they said I couldn't tell him, I forgot. Like I should have been, sometimes I very submissive, polite. A guest has come, he's a Sayyid, he's my father's friend, he knows my... So I did tell him, no, it's not my parents' fault. Like, it is the duty of your parents to teach you Quran in Arabic, or call for a Maulvi Sahib, or a lady Maulana, Muliani, that we call her Muliani. Okay, so I have a reason for that, but I didn't tell him about Allah and the defect I found in Allah. And then this Maulana Sahib had a lot of honor. Like, he really had some, he listened to my reason. He said, if I find a reason for this mistake in the written Allah, like you have to, both ways, like if you put the W thing up, then you don't have to write Allah with double L. But I told him, Maulana Sahib, there's double L, it's written there. So you told me, if this comes, this shouldn't come. So he said, if I find a reason, I will come and teach you the Quran. I will come back. I will continue coming. But if I don't find the reason, then I will not come and teach you the Quran. He didn't come and teach me the Quran. He said, you're right. But if I find a reason that this is why, about this mistake in written Allah, in the Quran, I will then, like you're right. If I find a reason, I will come and teach you the Quran in Arabic. Anyway, some Iranians want to be free, please. They are not Pakistani Shias, and they hate Khomeini. I had to literally, I was, oh God, changing the mind. That's why she was then asking, this Iranian lady here. Then she asked her, once we used to come here a long time ago in a hotel apartment with my father. Opposite was an Iranian who had come from Iran. And these rumors spread, I don't know how far. I mean, they're true that once Iranians leave their Iran, they take off their hijab and everything. So she was also like I was like, you don't know, baby, like Fatima. And she was like, I don't know if, but they show that many Iranians are coming for the ladies, like they're there in Qom, and when they show these women in black veils of, first it was called sarandas, when Khomeini had come, imposing this thing. But if it's a mistake now, we must leave this and we must see. So I'm so sad. And there's also this having problems here. So anytime I could, like, I want to die, don't want to live. I'm a coward. I don't want to face this rude, cruel world. So anything now recently, for 2 days I've been off. They had to, there's a dripping sound here again. Oh my God. So I couldn't even eat the toast that I had put in the toaster. And I said, let the man come, because it is also, I had to put it in the fridge or in the microwave or something. But I said, I'll put it in the fridge because I have no energy to eat anymore. He just came and checked, and then he spoiled my mood by saying, like, you have been calling us again and again, don't do this. Don't call us again and again. I said, how many times have I called you? And how many times have I been right? So he said, 3 times you've called me. This is the 3rd time, and 2 times you have been right about the leakage of water. This goes on. So, Arabs, there's no one to really reach out and to, like, be really reach out, caring and all this. People, like, are so busy here in their lives, very, very busy. Even my brothers cannot talk to me. If one brother was working, he would not be able to talk to me, like the way I called him up recently and spoke to him. So it's really terrible. People are not taking time out for that. It's all money, money, money. My business. Okay, they'll send money if they have money. Like, my brothers are helpful like this. But talking to them, then their health also spoils. Like, they say, our lives we have, like, they have to work, so I have to take this kind of a thing here. Can't help it. I wish my mother was alive, I would have gone back to Karachi. I feel like I'm going to break down, but I don't have that liberty to break down here. I don't have a support system or someone's humanitarian shoulder to cry. Maybe someone, like, I would really break down. Excuse me, Arabs are helping their own people, like, but if you don't have money, then you are like trash. However, they are helping anytime they can, like, cut the cut the financial aid. And I wish I didn't. I wish maybe this time I will make a. It's really terrible. Look at this. Surah Nur, Ayat 33. People suffering, and Sayyid coming in Pakistan. You can't trust Pakistani Sayyids. So my uncle joked here with an Imam Bargais. In the name, what do you think? They will be lying to you or betraying you in the name of your father? Oh God, this, in Pakistan, like, I was there because he had a Imam Barga here. He said that, do you think that in Pakistan they will lie to you in the name of your father? Another friend was like, हाँ हजरत अब्बास के आलम पे झूठ बोलते हैं, they lie, using Hazrat Abbas. So she knows a lot. She's been out a lot, and she's been in courts and family cases, right? Or no, even outside cases, and she's been to court in Karachi, Sindh, and all this. Oh my God. So look at this, huh? The Shias are so stupid now, really. I have to call out to them and say, okay, you know, their prophet has duped them, and we are crying for Bibi Zainab and the matam we do no Iranian has ever dreamt of doing. You know, not even my Muscati Khojas, my father's side community do in Muscat what they do. Not even in Dubai. So, sharp, yeah, boss, hi, Sakina, hi, madam, so passionately. And you know, if we do that, then some of the youngsters, like my uncles, uh, born in the UK, like, why is this Maulana Saab Zakir shouting and all this? While, you know, he can say it in a. Well, he told me that unfortunately I didn't have proper clothing for my cousin's wedding here. So what I had a long time ago, his mother had stopped us from going to London. So anyway, from Fenwick I had bought this like woolen kind of grey skirt and a shirt. No, what do you call it? A short jacket, and on it was work done from like it's British work done. You know, Fenwick is I don't know which. It's in Brent Cross in London, and on the side was some work like. So he told me that I looked like an. You know, we were going to the hotel for the wedding reception, and I wore this, and the whole family came, gathered because my father, one of his favorite brothers, son, told me that I look like you look like a air hostess. Little does he know, huh? So, anyways, that's really terrible. I'm being very monkey business. Don't do monkey business. I'm doing here. Oh my God! And so, ए गैरत मरियम तेरा बाजार में जाना ना भूल सकेगा ताहशर zamana. And really, how stupid can the Shias be? Alas, alas, alas. So, you know, in Surah Nur, Ayat 33, I had to repeat myself and tell these poor ladies who must be watching also. One of them is a Muslim, had a and brainwashed, really. So the keep chaste, and then the command it changes to consent of slave girls. Because if they desire to remain chaste, then don't compel them into prostitution. Right? This is what I've written. So now, see how duped we were, and read Surah Nur, Ayah 33. Oh, my English is really great. The part where it gives the choice to slave-made girls, if they desire to remain chaste, then don't compel them into prostitution. Have we ever asked ourselves, questioning this part of the verse, what if they desire to prostitute themselves? See, like I said on livestream Facebook yesterday, that Shias in that thoroughly purify you verse in the Quran, ayat in the Quran, Surah Azab, they say, okay, this thing changes completely and it's not for the al-Mu'mineen, the wives of the Prophet, although before Allah is speaking about the wives of the Prophet. And they give all the singular and feminine is there and the male dominant. No, just kidding. Misogynist verse. It becomes a misogynist verse. No, I just... Yeah, so it changes, right? From, oh God, in all this, and plus the world is brutal and so is Islam and the Shias now. Really, Sayyid, I've had enough. Oh, Kashmiri Sayyid. I've had enough. No, we did have a Kashmiri Sayyid. He was Safdar's uncle, relative. My mother was somehow very angry at him. Oh my God! So once, so okay, maybe that's why no. Anyhow, why the Kashmiris? Why are the Kashmiris after Iranians? I don't know. That I'm sorry for. So we have all these brutal people, the Kashmiri Muslims, then we have Iranian Muslims who have been so and this lady here, whether I should talk about this or not. So she says that the Iranians chose this for them. They didn't hardly had a choice. There was a referendum, and after Shah of Iran, I don't know. I wasn't in. Someone who was praising the Shah of Iran was my grandmother, actually, here in Dubai. It is so ironic, really. Anyhow, and my grandmother in Karachi, she was Iranian origin, married to my grandfather. So she was all the time listening to Khomeini Iran radio, Also, we were so overexcited that Khomeini Rahbar, he's the representative of our Imam Mahdi. Now you see, I've written here, okay, seriously, what's noteworthy is that the command of Allah has failed here. Not to put properly, I mean, English teacher, come up, please help me. The command of Allah is not given here, changes from the command to choice given to the slave girls to remain chaste, choice is given. What's noteworthy is that the command of Allah has failed here, and the verse turns to the wish or desire of slave-maid girls. No Shia expert of the Quran has pointed this devastating choice left on slave maids' consent/wish or desire. So tragic. I'm a former Shia ex-Muslim. Due to this verse and some other verses in the Quran, I think I changed. I'm so very succinctly put by me that I'm a former due to this verse and some other verses in the Quran. Sometimes my mind is not working either. Bear with me. If you're with the crippled, So, बहन में साथ हूँ सेना पे हूँ नदीम सरवर सॉन्ग तो क्या हुआ लरज बहन ठहर यहाँ लरज रही है sorry I don't remember the word by word there's no so my ground has it already but I cannot embrace this religion right anymore. There are some great things about this religion, but so when you realize, see, that this is a false prophet and a false religion. Now tell me, Shias from Iran, there must be some great religious scholars, Quran experts from Qom. I think Qom is the city for studying. My father said he would go to Qom if he didn't have these responsibilities and duties of taking care of wife and children too later on. No, when he had to, he said this, that he would want to go to Qom and study and all this. I would want to go to perhaps Shiraz, where my grandmother was from, and go to Hafiz's tomb. So what's noteworthy, can you see this? I'm reading, sorry. Can you hear this? What's noteworthy is that the command of Allah has failed here. Or that it's changed here, what I mean in better English. And the verse turns to the wish or the desire of slave-made girls. No Shia expert of the Quran has pointed this devastating choice left on slave maids' consent, wish or desire. So tragic. I'm a former Shia. Can you see this? I'm a former Shia, ex-Muslim, due to this verse and some other verses in the Quran. I think the Iranian Shias made a grave mistake in choosing, where's my another okay, I made a mistake here, in choosing the Islamic Revolution in the country. I hope one day comes soon that they realize and rectify their grave mistake by leaving Islam altogether. Altogether. Sorry. Thank you. So sorry for see, look at the mistakes. Oh God, I wish I was expressive because what I see here. See, it is unjust. The Iranians don't know. Shias. Leaders have not even seen this. No Quranic expert has told them even that the prostitutes, slave girl prostitutes, have been given a choice here. Although it says in the previous verse also to keep chaste, and it says in the same verse to keep chaste, but who are these women, girls, maids, slave girls, sometimes translated, that who have a choice to be chaste? It's God's command. How can a girl be chaste? Right? You can't trust in any woman to be chaste. God has brought, this is in the Quran, like mentioned, that the way God commands them to be chaste. Right? It's mentioned like that, like keep chaste. It's mentioned in the same ayat that I'm talking about. Then, but you see, we are told women are half of men in witness and all this, and they are this and that. Now my stomach's growling and gastric, all this because I haven't really had. I did have my 2 toes, dipped them in the tea now that I made. But still my, okay. Now, and then I realized that, Imam Ali, so this lady here it's just a very important point. I'm sorry if I will be making mistakes here. This is RTA's, RT, or RT, compulsory Iranian hijab. This is a YouTube. I hope I'm not infringing upon the copyrights of RT News. Huh? So, it's so anytime I will die of overexhaustion here in Dubai. What if you found out I'm reading my post? Yes. What if you later after this? What if you find out? Found out? This is really great. Some jinn is doing a great job. I want a teaching jinn, angel, guardian. Please, English, British. What if you found out that your culture came from a false religion? See what Imam Ali says about following ridiculous cultures or traditions. There was some place saying, no. Imam Ali gave this whole thing about going, maybe it was in Najil Balagh I read, I'm not sure. So I correct myself if I'm wrong. But I did read this somewhere. Maybe it was some George Jordax, the voice of human justice. Is it like that, the title? On Imam Ali. That, he went someplace and there were all these people coming and, they were perhaps like jumping up and down and hooting or whatever, like, like that. They were greeting Imam Ali. Right? So Imam Ali told them that, no, stop this. I don't need, what are you doing? They said, we are greeting you this way. He said, this is our tradition. It is our way, culture, tradition to greet people in this way. So Imam Ali said that this is ridiculous. This is not right and you shouldn't be greeting me like this. So what I gathered from that is that when you have a ridiculous thing in your culture or tradition, practices like these, what Imam Ali was telling me, I go in the forest and a tribe comes and starts to, like Tarzan, ooh, and, goes like this on chest, and I will understand that they've lived in the jungle for so long and they're like a natural people, right? So I wouldn't criticize them. But, very good point, the Shia Imam Ali has pointed out that if you have so what if you find out if your religion is a false religion and you've been duped and deceived? And now this is from the mouth of the horse, like the Quran itself. This is like a million, I don't know, sorry, I'm not God to count infinite. Like how many times have I been repeating that in the Quran ayat? Surah Nur ayat, the choices given, the command of Allah's way of writing, the command thingy has failed. It's not like He doesn't put it there in a command way, like keep chaste. So you see, I even on live stream Facebook, like see, if the command would be that do not compel your slave girls into prostitution to seek the worldly gains of this life. But no, this is the command. But no, it's not put like this in the Quran. It's put, do not compel your slave girls into prostitution if they desire to remain chaste. If they desire to remain chaste. So it's been a mammoth of challenge for me to tell. Even the Quran experts can come. Shias, especially Shias. Okay, not Sunnis, my Shia Quran experts. So I heard that Sayyid Ammar to ask this person, maybe like they were saying WhatsApp and all this. So I don't know. I'm shy too. If Sayyid Ammar can Sayyid Ammar what's Nakshwani is a Quran expert, I was told by someone. Or something I found out somewhere in the video, or, and he's an expert. He also recites majlises and all this on YouTube. I've seen and I've listened to some. Whether this is who will see it and who will really be the honorable man like that Maulana Sahib was, to accept the mistake or the false in the Quran made. Let's see. In this, because you see this. I was saying on my live stream that I was thinking today, like even Shia Islam, it's been so indoctrinated. It's been so put in us in ways that we fail, and then we are told, when we are suffering and there's no one to help, we say, be patient, Bibi Zainab is there, or think of Bibi Zainab, or if we are those kind of women who have been and or maybe some Shia thinking we haven't held on to this religion properly, so that's why we were being punished or something like that. But when you're in trouble, okay, this is a spiritual trouble. We say रूहानी problem है इसको. We don't say दिमागी problem है. Someone told me like this there's रूहानी problem. This is the spiritual crisis that I was having. That's why I used to say spiritual crisis. I was having even religious crisis. But we in Urdu, in Karachi, when I was seeking help, like रूहानी help. रूहानी means spiritual help, not mind help, not the psychiatrist and therapist. So I really liked that. I really did. That we call it the spiritual problem. Now, anyone could be having spiritual problems. Shia's, someone's husband drinks and all this, and so they had a big house, and so they got into a wreckage, and this poor lady would be thinking, yeah, forget it. I'm not going to any religious, any Shia Sayyidi, tell me your husband, but you are saving this person from that Shia who herself is a witch and corrupted. You see? And then what did Imam Sajjad say? There's this tradition going on about Imam Sajjad. I was being told by my aunts and all this, that when he saw his father's butcherer on the sands, burning sands, thirsty, wherever near in the forest, in the outer areas of the desert. Okay, no forest or anything in the desert, right? In the desert area somewhere. What do you call it? The Sahara. No. So he told he's the butcherer of his father, the one who cut his father's head, was thirsty, and he's saying thirst, and he was dying of thirst, and he was dehydrating and all this. So Imam gave him water. Then he recognized Imam Sajjad, and he said that you know who I am. If you knew who I am, you would not give me this water. So he said, I'm here to do good, and I know who you are. You are my father's butcherer. You murdered my father in Karbala, meaning Imam Hussain, right? So this, but we hardly, there's so much of azadari fervor. That's very, very good, okay? Let's not, I even change my, that's not bad. But, all year round, going out, seeing the oppressed, helping. Anyhow, but then if I give you a verse from the Quran, then you say, well, great. But no, I don't approve of this. I know I've read it, and the command of Allah, prostituting, slave girls, is there in the Quran, according to me. I've established it. Meaning, I've established the way it is written there. If you tell me some Arabic problem is there in me, then, sorry, God should have communicated in the language that I understood to me. Because as it is, reading the lives, then going to this tradition and that tradition, I didn't have time to even breathe properly or say, I was fighting between my sanity and insanity. And so, no, Islam is not that humanitarian. we cannot stand people going in, even like taking help from Hindus. You don't have to become a Hindu to take help from a Hindu. You can just use the. Then finally, slowly, if you say, "Oh my God, what a great! This is working. The yoga is putting my stomach in, trimming my stomach, and all this." Of course, you're going to go into that. Many people will go into it. But I was like, if Karbala, my religion, Imam Hussain sacrificed, I will never leave it. Even if the yoga of the Hindus is trimming my stomach and firming my body and all this, okay, I would not have left it. Maybe many Iranis would have left it because they're not like the Pakistani Shias in that fervor and all that. Maybe they're showing some Kum area or some Mashhad area with women outside going. When you see an Iranian outside of Iran, you will be shocked. Hardly I've seen a Iranian couple holding hands here walking or in the lift and so free and talking like that, lovebirds. And so in the building or lift or not outside, outside I saw one couple holding hands here, although you're not allowed to do this. They were walking right in front of me, and I was so surprised that so they're holding hands here. So I have not said this properly. I fail in front of Shias and feel very sorry that I cannot even help Iranian ladies. What when Shirazi died, the police of Iran, what they did to his mayat, his body. Oh God! So there was a fight, and there was this thing. Shirazi Allama, a grand Ayatollah Muhammad Shirazi. Now I think his cousin or some relative has taken over his office. But I heard the Iranian police, his mayat, his body. We don't say coffin, but anyways, let's say coffin or whatever that. So they had a fight on this. He was such a grand Ayatollah, Muhammad al-Shirazi. So this is really, really sad here. And you know about Imam Tawhidi? The Iranians, they've brought out, like Pakistani with them, have brought out, they can speak in British English. They brought out this video, biscuit, or, on YouTube against him that he's a Jewish spy and all this. And he's a fake. He's not from us Shia. He's not a reliable Shia alim. He's out of it. He's out and gone, and all these Shias themselves making these videos. So I don't know who is doing what. Can't even trust my own shadow here. This is the sad part, right? And nothing to laugh about. It's like, I don't know what's going on, really. Can't trust my religion there. So sad that Iran has got their women wearing obligatory. And then they lash. I heard about lashing. Jail, fine. And the Pakistanis will tell you about Iran and Iranian women. But I wish they would come to Dubai and go travel in the Iranian airline, right? And see, the moment the plane, I heard this, I'm not sure how far, like the moment the plane hijab is gone, all wrapped up, they say. So, no one, they don't. In London, I was like seeing Iranians, they don't care for this Imam Hussein and sacrifice and all, so much deep going into this religion and all this. Ah, goodness. Okay, thank you very much. As much as these Pakistani Shias do, Sayyids also. Okay, thank you very much. And I don't know what's wrong with Pakistan really. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I will go now.